What is up, YouTube? My name is Amir and welcome back to TypeScript TV. In the fourth episode of our series Learning React and TypeScript, we are going to take a look at our second ways of styling our components, and that is with a tool called Style Components. But before we jump into this video, please make sure to take a second to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And yep, let's get into it.
Are you ready?
Alright, so I'm going to start by adding a new dependency to our project called style components. What we will do is that we do npm install or simply npm I and then styled dash components. They also have a website. Yeah, this is their website. You could just go to style-components.com. And yeah, here is there is the installation guide and some more stuff and details. But yeah, here they are using the option dash dash save. I think that this option, what it does is that it adds the style component to your package JSON. So later, when you give your project to someone else, they can just install it from there. Like when they do npm install, uh, that npm program simply reads the dependencies from package JSON and installs them into node modules. But I think that this already is happening from the newer version. I don't know, 4, 3. Let me know if you know. But we can check it out if it's really doing it or not. So yeah, let's first wait for this thing to finish its work. Alright, so it's finished installing, and let's very first check out our package JSON. Yeah, it's already doing it, like it is already there. So this option dash dash save is simply not needed anymore. But yeah, if you want to add it as a dev dependency, like if you have Webpack or I don't know, Prettier, anything that is needed for the development of your project, that should go into the dev dependencies section. But whatever needed for your project to run, it's one of your dependencies, definitely. For example, these types, these aren't necessarily needed for here. Although like it will work, but it's better to have them as your dev dependencies. So when someone looks into them, they just can find, yeah, this is needed to develop this project. But if I want to build it, if you know, not really build. If I want to run it, I don't know if you can say like run it or build it. But these like the packages that are in dependencies are going to be part of the final bundle. Yeah, this is definitely what we can say. So what I'm going to do is that if we take a look at our previous thing, let's see what is it complaining about. Finding element description implicitly has any type, but this already has types. Import React. Oh, I'm guessing that whenever you see these strange errors like these, like could not find the declaration file for module React, there is definitely something wrong with your project. Oh, I think that my mistake is that very first I started this project with Yarn, then I did the new dependency with npm install, so that's why it took a lot of time, and now it's just broken. Like things are getting conflicted together. So what we will do in this situation is that we delete this file package JSON, and we should go back and use our Yarn. So yeah, simply rm-rf node modules. What I do is that first I completely omit this node modules from my system, and then I run yarn to install all of the dependencies. And as this thing style components is also there, so yarn will see that this is okay, this is here, and it will install that one as well. And as you can see, it was really large, that even for a program like RM, it took a lot of time on my machine. So let's do yarn. Alright, so yarn finished installing in 51 seconds. And let's jump back to our project. We go back to this. Yeah, this one looks fine. This one also looks fine. Yeah, our dependency issue is been solved. What I missed from the last episode is that this key here is not needed anymore. Basically, the key is needed on the place that you're doing the actual map, like here, and not internally on this component. Yeah, here it's not needed anymore. So what we will do is we want to migrate this from this style of class names to the new style of using them with the style components. So very first thing, I delete this host module CSS, or maybe we can, yeah, we can just keep it, but I just commented out. So I'm going to import style components. Import style from style components. This is something that that is just out there. Like people usually just do a style, but as you know, because it's for default, so it's not necessarily needed to just call it a style. You can just call it whatever you want, but this is the most common thing. Yeah, it's complaining about one more thing, and that is could not find a declaration file for module style components. You know, when you're developing your project with TypeScript, whenever you install a dependency, usually nowadays there are two type of packages: packages that ship with typings files, or even are written in TypeScript, and packages that do not, like they are just in pure JavaScript, and your TypeScript compiler needs to know the definition of this package, like what are you importing, what how does this module look like. And what people did for this issue, like when TypeScript came out, there was already like a ton, I would say a million of JavaScript packages that weren't supporting TypeScript. But later, what they did is they added the support for TypeScript. So nowadays, some packages already have these files, called usually, like for React, usually it's called index.d.ts, index.definition.ts. It defines the definition of this module. Like it says the APIs that this module exports are these, and some libraries like style components do not ship this one. Like or their approach is that okay, a style component is actually compatible with TypeScript, we support that, but it's an optional thing. So if you want to use our project in a TypeScript project, you have to install our typings with a separate command, with a separate package, and that comes from what we will do is yarn add dash d, so it will be a dev dependency, and then add types style components. And this types question, which command would you like to run? What commands available from? Oh, I didn't do yarn add, that's why. I was like, why is this asking questions? Yarn add. And yeah, this types is a repository. It already exists in GitHub. Like if you would search for types repository, add types repository, yeah, definitely typed. Yeah, these are published from this repository usually, because what we are doing is that we do yarn add types style components. So If we would go to this directory, probably somewhere here we should be able to find the style components. I don't know, it's really large thing. And this is only let's go search here. Do we have anything styled components? Yeah, style components index dot definition dot ts. It exists as here, and then this is the file we install. So yeah, Yarn did this for us. And yeah, how are we gonna find out? Usually my approach is that I install a dependency, and if then I check, like, if on the import TypeScript is compiling, usually that library does not have the definition files, or simply doesn't support TypeScript, or we have to I have to install it separately. So if you would search for TypeScript here. Well, what is happening? I don't know how this thing works. TypeScript, yeah, it's here. Yeah, has community organized TypeScript definitions on definitely type, which powers the editing experience in IDEs and blah blah. So yeah, it says that do just npm install add types style components, but here then they should definitely add a dash dash save dash dev. Maybe you could drop a PR if you like to their website. Definitely their website is also open source. And yeah, they have typing support for React Native as well. So that's really nice. And yeah, this error is now fixed. What we will do is that I do const, and usually let me first write the code and then I'll explain it. Const title equals style dot p, because it's a paragraph element. And then what was our style? Title color red. Now here, instead of these, I'll just do title. And yeah, as we are a bit lazy, we do the same thing for all of them. Author is published. We go back. Yeah, doing the same. This really feels nice, to be honest. Style.p, this thing of doing the same. Yeah, and then what do we have? Colors. Copy them. Go back, paste. Oh, really feels nice. Description. Author is published. And right here, delete, bye, and yeah. Case, upper. Yeah, there we go. But let's run our project to see if it looks like the same yarn as stars, blah blah. Maybe while this thing is doing the build, we could no, it was really fast. Or maybe it's not. Let's wait. Yeah, there we go. It's really it's exactly the same style that we did in the previous episode. So, but what is this syntax? Like style dot p, or I don't know, const wrapper style dot div v, or a style dot img, or a style dot whatever HTML tags we have, span. Yeah, it has all of them, all of HTML tags that can be a style, basically. I think even a style iframe, yeah. So what this does for you is that basically you're calling a style, and dot p is a function, and then with this backticks you're calling that function, passing a string to it, and that string is your styles. But I think I have a plugin installed for this. Maybe on my IDE, it's a style components probably. Maybe they have something in their documentation for VS Code. Let's see, VS Code. VS Code, do you have IDE? Nothing. Fuck you. Tooling. Because it's a, I don't know really, but I remember that they because mm, if you're new and you don't have the plugin installed, you just see these as plain text with no like fancy colors and stuff like even I have the, the intelligence, I guess, yeah, purple, like box. Do I have that sizing? Yeah, somehow I have a little bit of intelligence as well. Yeah, and here you're calling a style.p, and that p or .div or span is a function, and with backticks you pass the styles. You basically call that function and pass the styles. And what this does is that it creates a component for you, like when calling this style.div, it returns a component for you. It returns a React component for you, and then later you can use it. Like you can style your tags in whatever way you want, and then use it as a component. That's why I renamed this with the uppercase of the very first letter, because in React basically you cannot say title. Why? Because React cannot as a like imagine that I am the compiler of React. I arrived at this title. Okay, this title, is it an HTML element? Should I render an HTML element, or is it a component? Yeah, that's how React recognizes that. Okay, yeah, this is a custom component and not an HTML tag. So with this we can find out, yeah, this is returning a component. So these have to start with the uppercase letter. About this backtick syntax, they have a really good explanation. Yeah, the syntax is called tag template literals. If you go to their website, yeah, these are equivalent or equal or the same basically. Fn, and then backticks some strings here is like calling the function fn with parentheses, and passing the first element as an array contained within a string. So when you do const var is good, this is very good, this is a good day. Yeah, what this does is that this is, and then like another element comma, so it's a separate element, and then a day, and then after this array it passes the arguments. And yeah, this is basically a new syntax in ECMAScript 6 as mentioned here. So yeah, and if you want to know more about this, just simply go to this website, to their website, style components, and then tag template literals. This basically this syntax allows this style componenting, and also emotion CSS as well. That's a tool which is tool very much just like this tool, and this syntax enables them to do a lot of fancy stuff. Like here we just did some plain simple styling, but you can also pass variables to them to customize the styles. You can do props, or yeah, like here it has an example, props dot upside down, and like yeah, if this element has this prop, then apply these styles as well. This is where the beauty comes. Like yeah, you can just pass the custom props to your element and customize the looking of your element based on those props. That's really nice. Like for me at least, it's something that is really nice. But yeah, this episode is also has also taking a lot of time. So yeah, if you wanna be more advanced about the style components, just let me know in the comments, or just go check out their website. And yep, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.